Hey y'all, it is me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On. And see that little hole right there? That's where it all starts at. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to take y'all through one of my new, I don't know if you want to call it a ritual or not. It's not new to a lot of people at all, I'm pretty sure. It's just new to me, you know. And that's fine and good. Excuse my little wide right here. This is from me with that. And I'm just going to put this filter right down in there because this is where all the work is going to take care of. This is my coffee cup. This is my coffee pot. Yes. And it's ceramic and it just sits right on top of the cup. These are my coffee beans of choice. Coffee spoons. And this spoon here, it's about the equivalent of about 2 tablespoons of beans, okay? And I usually use two of them, put them down in the grinder, and sometimes a little half. Like, I kind of want a little strong today, so half. And now, I'm getting ready to make some noise. And I know when this is strong enough for me, and so I just put the lid on and then press right here. Okay, that's enough for me. And you can go, you know, depending on your grinder, you can go a little bit further if you want to. I haven't had this grinder for a while, so I kind of know it. Close this back up. And if I stop talking, y'all will hear a noise. But before I stop talking, I'm going to talk about coffee and everything. Everybody that knows me knows that I like coffee. I'm pouring this in here, just down into the filter. I usually try to get as much of it out as I can, so I'll kind of beat around in there a little bit. And I'm trying to do this one-handed, so you all bear with me. And that's about it. That's good enough. And I like coffee. You know, I have used the organic coffee substitutes. Most of them make me itch. I don't care for chicory very much. Now my brother, he drinks Cafe Du Monde, and that's like chicory based, and I just don't care for the taste of it. That's just me. A Cafe Du Monde. Let me see. And I have drank the Pero, P-E-R-O, and that's another coffee alternative. But it does not have the taste that I want. And I'm not a person that like makes a big pot of coffee and, you know, keeps on drinking coffee all day long or whatever and all that. Usually when I was percolating coffee, I usually would control myself to like maybe 2-3 cups at the most. Now I'm down to 1 cup, and this is why. I like hot coffee. I had a Keurig. I gave it away because my main pet peeve is that the coffee tasted weak and that it was not hot. This little pot right here has made all the difference. This is called a pour over coffee process, and this is what makes it do what it do. That spout like that, and you can get a nice little facial from this little pot too if you ain't careful. So I'm gonna turn that thing that way. Okay, I'm taking it off, and this is just the entire process right here. Is this, and then you want a steady stream as much as possible when you're pouring, and you just start, and you can control it this way. So I'm just showing you, you know, you just want a steady stream, and I'm still learning how to, you know, control this because I started out using my regular teapot, and to me it was just like an accident waiting to happen. With this is just a little, you know, tilt of the wrist, and I'm still going a little faster than I should sometimes, like now, so I'm going to wait on it to catch up. Now for me, I know a lot of people don't do that, but I put my sweetener, which is stevia, and my creamer in the bottom. Since I'm only drinking 1 cup per day, then, you know, number one, I'm not using sugar in my coffee anyway. I haven't done that in years, but, I don't skimp as far as, you know, the creamer is concerned. I put that in there, and I don't play around like with the sweetened creamers and all that stuff. Basically, I prefer to use like, you know, half and half or something like that. It's maybe about a tablespoon at the most, because it doesn't take that much. And that's it, because it's like I said, it's just 1 cup a day that I'm down to. The real issue, well, I'll say this, the difference that I have found, number one, is the temperature of the coffee. Number two, you grinding your bean and releasing that oil fresh. So you're putting that over here and running the hot water over the top of it in a controlled manner. And so it just is like the perfect equation for a perfect cup of coffee. And I'm going to put the pot down for a second, and you see how that sound started back up again? It went immediately back over to a boil. That's how hot the water stays. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to turn this around so y'all can kind of see, and you can kind of see the process. See? And that was the little hole that I showed you earlier. It just comes out through that. It's still a drip process. The coffee is it kind of makes me laugh a little bit, because Pierre, I mean, he was like, what are you doing now? I mean, that's his thing, you know. What in the world? You know, what are we doing? You know. And so I just said, that's okay. I'm not going to say anything. I said, I'm going to just make myself a cup, and I'm going to make you a cup. And then you tell me what your thoughts are. And I made it, and he was like, girl, that's 500 mile coffee. Because he puts mileage on coffee, like how many miles he thinks that he can drive on a cup of coffee. And so he thinks that this is 500 mile coffee. Now the Keurig, he said that's like outside the front door coffee. He was not impressed. He was not a fan. And I was like, yeah, that makes 2 of us, and that kind of, yeah, I won't bash, but I'm just saying it's not me. To me, I find that I use less coffee. It's less waste. With the percolator, which is now under the cabinet, put away, because this is what I do exclusively. The other day, I got up and I didn't have the time to do this, and so I'm going to put the percolator on and run back there and finish getting ready for work. And then when I tasted what was in the percolator, I was like, I cannot drink it. So I went without coffee that day. I unplugged the pot and I went without coffee that day. And I mean, it happens. I mean, that's just the way it is. This is, to me, a better cup of coffee. You can taste, you know, you can just taste the bean itself. You can actually taste the coffee. I'm not drinking anything watered and things like that. These filters, these are, I buy the bamboo filters because they're sustainable. It's a sustainable thing, and it's compostable. I don't compost, but, you know, and it's not bleached. And that's the other thing. So you look it up and see what you think about differences in filters. But I usually go with a natural filter if I can. This pot, like I said, the whole deal with this is the spout. It doesn't have anything. Boiled water is boiled water. But the spout is what makes the difference, because it controls your pour. Now when I get through with this, I just take this off. And usually I have a little thing over here waiting. You know, little saucer with a paper towel on it. And then here's my cup of coffee. And I could have made some more, but I'm stopping here. This stuff here is, this is a cup of coffee, y'all. Okay? And the only thing that I think that will probably beat this is like Gunsmoke coffee, like, you know, Festus them out there. You know, y'all know, if you old enough to remember Gunsmoke, you know how them cowboys outside with the pot over the open fire and stuff. I don't know if they were smashing beans with the heel of their boots or what. I don't know what they was doing. And I thank the Lord that I wasn't born in that time. But I really enjoy drinking coffee this way. I really do. So what I'm getting ready to do is go in here, and it's Saturday morning, kind of, sort of, mid-morning now for me. Usually I'm much earlier, but I was up till like 2 something last night. But I'm going to go in here and work my crossword, which is something that I'm getting into now. That's just brain activity. But I just wanted to share this with you all. If you're interested, if you have some questions or anything like that, let me know. You can look